You're going to want to watch this. Bad advice taught by parents. One of the hardest occupations in the world is raising children. There are no rules for it, which makes it difficult. The task becomes considerably more difficult if you have to support a poor family. Consider how you'd manage to provide for a family of 3 or more on a very limited budget. Just how much do you have left for your wants? It's possible you'll even fall short of your needs. Because of this, parents will tell their children all kinds of stories, some of which may be completely untrue. In this video, we will talk about the different misconceptions that poor parents taught their kids. These are just a few of the many fibs we're familiar with. Stay tuned as we debunk these misconceptions, some of which you may have heard. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to learn more about wealth and get updates on our content. Alright, let's start with number 10. Luxury investments are useless. It's reasonable to set aside money each month for necessities, but not to the point where you'll only allow yourself to spend what you really need. Coming from a low-income home, your parents probably pay close attention to how and where their money is spent. There's never a dull moment when a pair of poor parents start gripping about how much money should be spent on various household necessities. It never fails, no matter how well-intentioned, that no luxuries ever get it to a cart. They see it as a waste of money and is not worth in the long run. When money is tight, no parent can afford to treat their child to a luxury like buying a pair of nice shoes or a video game console. Children should be carefree but should also be aware of how to properly manage income while still being able to enjoy what they want from time to time. Although practicing discipline is admirable, it shouldn't be to the point that your children feel guilty for asking for what they want. Number 9. Discussing your finances with others is humiliating. You shouldn't beat yourself up over being tight on money. No one should feel uncomfortable discussing their financial situation so long as their wealth was earned honestly. It's crucial to give your children an understanding of the reasons behind your bad financial position. However, low-income parents instill in their children the belief that it is socially unacceptable to discuss money matters. They don't feel comfortable discussing topics like income and spending with their kids. The kids would just hear about it when their parents argue about money, which results in them growing up connecting money with stress and anxiety. In doing so, it imparts some undesirable qualities onto the kids. The kids aren't aware of how finances works, which wouldn't benefit them in the future. Instead, it will lead to a path of continuous financial struggles due to a lack of knowledge in the matter. However, wealthy parents often make it to a point to teach their children about the importance of cash at an early age. This teaches children early on the importance of working for their money. They are exposed to circumstances where they learn fast that making ends meet is more difficult than they had originally imagined. You should be open and assist your children in making the same poor financial choices you have made by being transparent about your circumstances with them. Keeping secrets would do you no good. Number 8. Poor kids don't need allowances. When growing up in a low-income family, a child may get either a little allowance or none at all. They are taught not to expect an allowance from their parents. Allowance is sometimes given in return for helping out around the home or running errands for their parents. The children wrongly believe that only the wealthy and worthy are given allowances. They are deprived of the quality of life that is rightfully theirs, and this pushes them to start earning an income at an early age. If you think about it, what can impoverished parents offer their kids if they don't even have enough for themselves? Number 7. Spending less means more money. Many people believe that saving money is the only way to be wealthy. The reason for this is when it comes to raising their children, the poor teach them how to save money, while the affluent emphasize making more money. It's a fact that many parents may refuse to order takeaway in favor of cooking at home in an effort to save costs for their families. That's great, but every once in a while, it's nice to treat yourself to a meal at a fast food joint or a restaurant. The unhealthy habit of saving every last cent is something most parents encourage in their children. They often shop at secondhand shops or recycle old clothing rather than invest in new high-quality clothes. They probably wouldn't be able to purchase even a cone of ice cream. They're so preoccupied with saving money that they've made drastic cuts to their lifestyle that make it seem nearly not worthwhile. Affluent families prioritize growing their income above anything else. If you significantly boost your earnings, you'll have plenty of money in the bank each month. The more clever you are with money, the less time and energy you will need to devote to making things happen in the physical world. A child's childhood should not be compromised because of this mentality. Number 6. Cheap foods are nutritious. Low-income families often prioritize cost-effective options while shopping for meals for their children. As long as they can cut costs as much as possible, they don't care whether it's healthy. Poor parents tell their kids that a cheap, unhealthy food they consume is really good for them, even if they have to consume it since that's all they can manage. They also teach their children that fast food is an excellent and expensive substitute for more environmentally friendly and healthier options. Nutrition isn't their priority, so investing in it is not their option. Children, however, are more susceptible to illness after eating such foods. So the money they'll be able to save by buying inexpensive meals will be allocated to hospital costs if ever this occurs. Well-off families understand the value of a healthy lifestyle. This is why most of them place a focus on nutrition and health advice from nutritionists. Health is more valuable than money. Poor health prevents you from enjoying your hard-earned wealth. Number 5. Success equates to working. There is a saying that hard work will always earn you success. Well, it depends on the situation. Most low-income families educate their youngsters that hard effort pays off in the end. Working for little pay day in and day out is exhausting and demoralizing in and of itself. There is a huge difference between getting rich and getting paid, and that is where the rich parents come in. They teach their children the fundamental difference between the two. If you instill in your kid the belief that they must do manual labor in order to make ends meet, you are restricting their potential for financial success. Successful individuals got where they are now because they didn't give up on their dreams. Instead of taking the safe route and working a 9-to-5 for a comfortable wage, they took chances and started companies and invested in other ventures. There's a notion that the wealthy dislike doing routine tasks. The way they became so wealthy was by developing useful goods and services for the benefit of all. If you can help others with their issues, you'll likely get paid for your services. If you want your children to reach their greatest potential and succeed in life, this is what you need to instill in them. Number 4. Poverty causes misfortunes. Unhappiness permeates the lives of the poor because of their inability to be satisfied with their life situation. They place a high value on success and money. Those with less financial means are more likely to instill the belief in their children that money can buy happiness rather than the opposite. Therefore, they begin to associate their struggle with the absence of financial resources and begin to see the money itself as a pessimistic light. Studies have found that giving money to the impoverished doesn't solve their issues and often creates new ones they can handle. They might fall farther into a black hole as a result of poor leadership and conduct. The wealthy are aware of this, which is why they utilize it as a stepping stone to even greater success. They see financial resources as more of a collaborator than a rescuer. Parents should stop treating wealth as a personal possession and start using it for its intended purpose. Your family should not be enslaved by money. Number 3. Hard work yields wealth. You can go far by working hard, but much more so by working wisely. Working hard is something even the poorest parents preach to their children. Instead of working for money, put your money to work for you. People in low-income brackets often make the poor decision to trade their time and effort for cash. They think that by investing time and effort in their current jobs, they'll be successful through promotions. But without proper knowledge about how to handle and grow their finances, it would be useless. The common misconception is that you require active participation or substantial capital investment to escape poverty, which keeps most individuals trapped in that situation. The wealthy, on the other hand, invest their wealth to grow for it. For them, it's not so much about the money as it is about the freedom that comes with it. So they're constantly seeking new methods to earn a stream of passive income. The wealthy see income as a means to regain control over one's schedule, and then using spare time to focus on what really matters. Time is something that cannot be undone, so use it properly. Number 2. Only school guarantees success. How often did your parents tell you that getting a good education will help you succeed in life? When you get bad marks or lack the drive to study, I guarantee your parents always give you this sermon. However, formal schooling isn't essential for success. A college education may pave the way to a prosperous career, but it is not necessary for achieving success in the real world. Individuals are beginning to ditch getting a degree in favor of pursuing their true interests. It's common for low-income parents to consider their children's academic success as it were the key to a comfortable life, putting undue pressure on their children even when this isn't the case. While having a certain qualification may be helpful, it is in no way necessary for achievement. Take a look at all those high school dropouts and early high school graduates who are making millions as TikTokers, YouTubers, and other social media artists. Other youths are also doing business by selling their crafts and providing services while still in school. This only proves that age doesn't matter when it comes to being financially successful. So rather than preventing your children from reaching their full potential, invest time and energy into discovering their unique gifts and giving them the tools they need to succeed in all aspects of life. Number 1. Money is the only thing that matters. Those bills and coins you've been earning are nothing more than worthless pieces of paper. However, many people nowadays put their whole focus on accumulating wealth. They believe that if they had a lot of money, they would be completely content. All parents should stress to their children that success in life requires more than just financial resources. You may be super rich but yet have no idea how to enjoy life to its fullest. You will never be satisfied with your life. Making yourself more marketable should be your primary focus. People who are important in society are rewarded by it since they have the ability to make other people's life better and in turn acquire what they want for themselves. However, poor parents don't teach their children how to be valuable. As their children become older, wealthy parents often want to introduce them to it. They aid them by appreciating their abilities and encouraging their creativity. Perhaps they'll develop something that has broad use. There is no shortcut to success other than the accumulation of experience, training, and time. The essence of a life worth living is a sense of meaning and purpose. That's it for this video. If you enjoy this content, please press the thumbs up button. You can also leave comments to let us know your suggestions and thoughts. See you next time!